dude.
Are you ready to review this? Are you gonna have another?
No, I'm not gonna have another, but I'm ready to review.
Okay.
It was okay near the end of the glass, but again, we're killing it with ice.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's just how we do it.
I'm going 6.3. It didn't blow me away.
Yeah, it's not doing much for me.
No.
It's a 6.5.
Yeah.
I'm also.
It's middle of the pack.
Yeah, it's
not terrible.
It's fine. Like
it's not terrible, but the first sip for me was what ruined it.
I don't like. I've boxed myself into a corner with my own reviews.
Same.
You feel this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I want to like step shit back. I want to go back.
Yeah.
And like I want to step shit back.
We rated some shit way too high.
Way too high. Too excited, nostalgia, whatever.
Yeah, we don't know what the fuck we're doing. Maybe we'll redo the reviews.
Absolutely not, but that's okay. This is the problem with like a 6.5 rating for me. This is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Like if this all
I just think it looks bad because everything else is so high. But that's
exactly what I'm trying to say.
At the same time, a lot of the whiskey we've had is pretty good whiskey. Like it's not. Yeah. It's again, Jack Daniels has been around for how long?
Forever.
It's not. It can't be
Jack
bad
Daniels is a Ford F-150. It does its job. It does exactly what it wants.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if this is a great analogy, and someone listening is probably like, "You're a fucking moron. You're so dumb.
You're a fucking Nimrod."
And I agree with you 100%. But I went to my parents' place today, and I brought a bottle of wild turkey.
Yeah.
And I drank the entire thing, and I'm still standing somehow. Kidding.
You're an alcoholic.
Can you imagine if I was just like, I'm totally like,
I'm fine. I drove back.
Yeah, I drove back, and the cops let me go.
Yeah,
they're like, you're blowing at 0-0. It's crazy. So I brought a bottle, and he's like, what are you bringing booze for? I'm like, do you have bourbon? He's like, actually, I do. I'm like, no, you don't, because he usually drinks rye, and they haven't drank in like 60 days. They're doing some
crazy shit. Good for them.
They're on one.
Hey,
and just disclaimer: this is the last whiskey review for. At least for me.
For a month?
Until the baby shows up.
Okay.
Yeah, because my wife is 36 weeks pregnant tomorrow. Yeah. Atypical pregnancy is 37 to 41. Her due date's at 40. She's gigantic.
Yeah, she's pretty big.
But here's the thing with babies. They don't care if it's 2 a.m. after Friday night a drink with your friends. If it's time to go to the hospital, it's time to go to the hospital. So
I totally agree.
In the back of my mind, I was always like, a month out, I'm just gonna go just in case. Because I like
better be safe than sorry.
I'm not.
You don't want to be shit faced being like, you got to drive yourself, bitch.
Well, or
come
like,
on, woman.
I gotta call an Uber, or my parents. Like, I'm like, hey, bring us down to the no.
Now you gotta wait for your parents to come down.
Like if that happens, I'm never living with myself. Like I'm totally already beating myself up about the amount I drink anyways, and it's a reasonable amount.
That's okay. If I want to drink, I'll bring a bottle or
absolutely
I'll steal a glass.
Whatever you need to do.
Whatever we're here. We just won't do reviews.
Just so people are aware, we're just like the reviews are going to be down for a bit. Yeah, and that's just until there's a wee child hanging around, and then after that,
then we get back into it.
Dive back in. Yeah. But anyway, back to the review portion. I've got like a good whiskey. A whiskey that I enjoy is in the 8s.
Yeah.
A whiskey I don't enjoy that's also good is in like the 7s and 6s. Where I feel like I should have a whiskey that I enjoy a lot in the
like
7s.
In
the 7s.
No, I agree with you. I'm there too. I think we got too excited doing
far too excited.
Way too excited.
This is a 9.
And like I think we did it pretty good at the start because like we would do it like halfway through a glass, but it makes sense to have the full glass, especially because we're putting ice in it.
You get first sip, last sip, and everything in between.
Yeah. And again, sometimes the last sip is like, it's hard to get down, especially with the ice because it dilutes it. But
I would love to have a proper connoisseur on here just to sit down and be like, okay, this is how you actually taste whiskey.
Yeah.
And then we're going to sit here and go, oh, whoops.
I'm not even worried about like tasting. It's like, I just kind of wish we could. And I think we will at some point just go back and reevaluate. Just start a whole new list.
Well, keep pretty easy. The list.
Yeah, because I can just delete all the photos off.
No,
all our shit.
No, don't delete anything. Leave it up there for the public record.
Yeah, no, I know.
But
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking like for me right now, 6.5 is like it's
a middle.
If someone asks me, what do you think of this? It's fine.
Yeah, it's good.
It's not bad. It's good. Sure. Yeah. 6.5 is where I'm putting this at. The 6.9, I think the ones that we rated.
I can look it up.
No, you don't need to. I don't. It's just just for the point. I think the ones we rated the most fairly, because again, we get excited when we drink shit that we know we like, shit that we enjoy, and maybe that's part of the charm too. Like, if anyone thinks how we're doing it, whatever. This is just off the top of our heads now as we're going through it, but I think the Japanese one we rated and that coffee one we rated, I think we're probably a more accurate representation of what, like, if we were to go back and listen to those two, I think we're like, they're good for what they are, but they're not my favorite. And then we still put them at like a 6, 9, and 7, 1.
Yeah, see, I think I was too generous.
I agree.
Like on at least like the Japanese, because again,
this Bareface is way better than the Japanese one.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
But I think
the Japanese one is rated higher.
Yeah. So I think what happened, like, and again, it's not like we drank bad whiskey up until then. That was like our first bad bottle or bottle we didn't like. Mm-hmm. So for me, I was a little hesitant to be like, dude, this is like a 4-1.
Because it's such a discrepancy. It's like, because if someone sees it and
you gave this a 4-1.
Well,
and you gave this an 8-9.
I'm thinking more for like, I think there was someone that reached out to you and was like, hey, maybe you should. I think the person that gave us the idea, was it Alex?
Alex, yeah.
Okay, shout out to Church. But
thank you, sir.
Thanks, Church, if you're still listening.
Dude,
if not, enjoy yourself.
Please DM me if you've picked up a bottle and actually liked one that we rated. It was
a listener of the podcast that was like, maybe you guys should start reviewing them.
Yeah.
Because like I'm trying to get into whiskey and I'd like to know what's good. And I sort of gave us.
We used to just drink whiskey just
so people are listening.
Or just to drink whiskey. Yeah. Like when we first started, we used to just drink it to drink it.
And we were drinking, I still think we're drinking good stuff.
Yeah.
But again, you get caught up in it's the good shit. It's the nostalgia. It's this, it's that. So I would like to start like tempering my
ratings.
My ratings a little bit. But then that said, by the time I start drinking again, we're going to crack in like that section. I'll be like, this is a 9.5. And if it's that, it's fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because here's the other charm to this, right?
Yeah.
It's two ways.
Yeah.
We're not professionals.
100%.
No one's calling us, be like, hey, we're having the Canadian Olympics. Do you want to come down and do a taste test?
Can you?
Because we're going to fuck the entire thing up.
Right? I think they should invite us.
They probably should, just for fucking hilarity's sake. Yeah. Be like, look at these two dopes.
Yeah, look at these two fucking idiots.
Yeah, just so the intellectuals can just like
shit, and they think it's a 10.
Look down their noses at us. Yeah, we're gonna rate all of them 10s. Like this one's gold, that one's gold, that one's gold 0.2.
Yeah. This is 4 red rubies. It's so good.
These are gemstones.
Yeah.
These are worth gemstones.
Yeah.
But again, part of the charm and the fun is like we rate shit how we enjoy it. Like we're clearly, we're not operating on any sort of system.
We also don't like, this isn't a podcast for whiskey reviews.
No.
It's just a segment that we do.
It is a segment that we do, which is fun.
It's too
as well. Like, so again, like I'm like combating both ideas in my mind.
Yeah.
Like, because there is shit that we've drank in the last couple of weeks that I want to rate in the 7s. But I end up rating it higher in the 8s, a lot closer to shit that I think is much better than it, or that I personally like more.
You know what I think we should do? And since we're going to be taking like a month or so off from doing the ratings, maybe I'll come up with a...
Why don't we come up with a
3-point list? Like,
I was just going to say that.
Taste.
We should come up with...
And
then out of that score,
maybe price, like throw in price. Because if we do get a bottle that's like $100, you can't really give it like it. It is a factor.
It's a factor.
So
because that bottle we got last week with Eric and Rob,
Barn Burner,
it's $35. It's a gold medal winning whiskey, and it's a bourbon. It's Ontario made, which is very rare.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you right now, it was not terrible. If you watch the episode, me and Eric finished that bottle during the podcast.
Smoked it.
It was just going down so... And again...
Everyone's excited. Everyone's having fun.
Like, doing the podcast, I don't know what it is, but I can drink whiskey doing the podcast all the time. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to like be at the house and be like, I got to have a glass of whiskey.